What's going on, guys, ladies and gents? Welcome back to a new video. It's your boy Jaden RKK across the world. Today we're back with a new video. Last uploaded, but we are now back. New setup, of course, you see in the background. But without further ado, guys, today's video we are going to be seeing how this season goes with Aaron Rodgers. As you guys know, I'm a Packers fan, and that Aaron Rodgers did there was a lot of drama in the offseason, but today he did report to training camp, and actually they traded for Randall Cobb, and they're currently in the works of working out his deal because he's guaranteed $8.2 million, but he's probably going to restructure just so he could play with Aaron Rodgers. So without further ado, let's take a look at the team. As you can see here, we got DA, Randall Cobb, Marquez, all the scaling, Amari Rodgers, Alan Lazard, Equanimous. So we have a pretty deep squad here, and we have Jason Myers too. David Bakhtiari's not healthy yet, but not a bad looking squad. And then this is the defense. Nothing too crazy, of course, but we're gonna make sure that the guys we assume are gonna make the team stay. So DA and David Bakhtiari is gone for the season, and same as Devin Funchess. So Devin Funchess isn't gonna get re-signed, but David Bakhtiari is gone. But realistically, he would be back for next season. But we're just gonna have to make do without David Bakhtiari. So we have to cut 11 players as we are now here. So Kurt Benker does not get cut. Jake Hansen, I don't want to cut him. Got a couple guys we got to cut here. Isaac Nada, I feel like we can move him to the practice squad. Ryan Winslow, we don't need two punters, so we'll cut him. Will Redmond, I never was a fan of him, so we might cut him. Reggie Begelton's the Canadian receiver, who I really like, so we're going to keep him on the squad. I feel like Josh Jackson does finally get cut this year, as he doesn't make the team. But because I've personally actually held a conversation with Josh Jackson before, we're gonna keep him on the squad and keep him as our fifth corner. But QA Russell, we'll cut him. Will Redmond, we'll cut Will Redmond. I really don't like Will Redmond. To me, he's just trash. Mike Weber, will move him to the practice squad. Dominique Daphne, will move him to the practice squad. Tipa, we'll keep him there because he's a starter. Stanford Samuel is gonna go there. Randy Ramsey is a backup, so we'll just honestly we're gonna cut him. Jake Hansen will move to the practice squad. Kurt Benker will move to the practice squad, and then boom, keep all those guys. Honestly, I think we did end up keeping all the receivers that they have. So let's advance to the next week. So now the regular season's here. Let's say our goal is to make it to the Super Bowl. So boom, one new injury. Shannon Sullivan has partial MCL tear. Okay, I think we'll manage. So we're gonna upgrade these guys. So we have all these guys left, right? And I know we're gonna probably have to do some contract extensions. I did want to see the team healthy with David Bakhtiari, but he's obviously not healthy right now. And so this is the receiver core. We got DA, Randall Cobb, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Alan Lazard, Amari Rodgers, and Equanimous as the receivers. Defense is nothing too crazy. Special teams, we got Amari Rodgers returning the ball, which is pretty nice. And then since Randall Cobb is here, he'll be our slot receiver. And then we'll see how it goes from there. But let's send to the middle of the season and see how well. So we are currently 5-2. We're facing the 4-4 Niners. Looks like we're doing pretty well. We're second in our division behind the Bears, who are 6-2. Our offense is 12th. Aaron Rodgers is third in passing TDs. And defensively, we are 9th. 20 TDs, 6 picks for A-Rod. A good amount of rushing yards for Aaron Jones. Randall Cobb is leading with the most catches, and so he has the most catches and yards. DA is number 2 with 8 TDs. Not too bad for those guys. Amari Rodgers doesn't have a single catch yet, but we'll get something going there. But receivers are getting a fair share of love so far. We're doing this all without David Bakhtiari. Let's keep that in mind. And we don't have that many sacks, so that's obviously an issue. So hopefully our defense can get it going. But let's send to the end of the season and see how well we do. So we ended up beating the Bears 35-27. Looks like we got a bye. We ended up going 11-5, and we got the bye. So that's pretty nice to see. And I don't know if they have that update with the 7. They do, obviously. So we obviously got the bye, and the Chiefs got the bye as well. So same thing that happened last year. And let's see how we finish statistically. We went 11-5 when we were the number 1 seed. Aaron Rodgers is 5th in passing yards, 1st in passing TDs, third offensively in yards, and our defense is 14th. 42 touchdowns and 14 picks for Aaron Rodgers. Rushing, Aaron Jones 1,000 yards, 11 TDs. Receiving, 1,000 yards receiving for Randall Cobb and 11 TDs. 1,000-yard receivings for Devontae Adams and 16 touchdowns. 931 yards and 8 TDs for Robert Tonyan. 766 yards for Marquez Valdes-Scantling with 5 TDs. Aaron Jones has 21 catches, 308 yards. Okay, not too bad. Rodgers did not catch a ball this year, which is kind of surprising. Our defense did nothing when it came to sacks, but I guess we're all right, you know. I guess it's okay. Today we got no sacks, but let's see what we could do here. So we were facing the Niners, who we did beat before. I think we did beat them. So we're facing the Niners, who are 9-7. We're home. We ended up taking it up 34-14. We're facing the what's it called? The Buccaneers in the NFC Conference Championship. One new injury. Randall Cobb tore his labrum, so he'll be gone, and Elton Jenkins has a partial MCL tear. So we're running on backups right now, but let's see how well we perform against the Buccaneers. So we ended up losing 28-24 because we always happen to lose in the conference championship. In any video I do, we always lose in the conference championship because that's just what happens. And we finished off. So basically, Super Bowl is Chiefs Buccaneers. Basically what happened in real life, honestly. So I'm not even surprised by that. But Randall Cobb's back from injury. They want us to scout players. I'm not going to scout anyone because we already know what to expect. Buccaneers ended up winning the Super Bowl 38-28. Aaron Rodgers won the NFL MVP. That makes sense. Honestly, that all makes sense. Honestly all makes sense. That's literally how it played out. So we have 5 players ready to negotiate with. Snacks is gone. Devin Funchess we're letting go. Alan Lazard, I think they gave him like a ERFA tag or something like that. But for the sake of the video, we're going to let him walk. And Josh Nijman, he wants a 1-year deal. We'll sign him back, but we're gonna let our guy walk though. And then they want us to sign some free agents. I don't think we go for anyone here, so we're gonna leave that alone. But now, hopefully, let's see. We're gonna sim to the next season, and then look at David Bakhtiari's back from injury. Let's take a look at the squad. We got A-Rod now. He's 92. We drafted a fullback. Looks like we drafted a right tackle as well. Because it looks like we're missing someone. Randall Cobb is still on the team. That's fine. Rodgers is still sitting here too. So this is what the squad looks like. Billy Turner needs to start at right. I don't know why he's not. Lucas Patrick is our starting right guard now, which I didn't really think about. But our defense is good too. Drafted a kid named Warwick, so he's behind Kenny Clark. D-line is not too bad. Could be a little bit better, of course, but, you know, still pretty solid. We're just going to move around the right tackle position and then see how we do this season with David Bakhtiari being back. Because I think that's a huge thing right there to have him back. So, let's see. Billy Turner's back at right tackle. Right guard is Lucas Patrick. Center is Josh Myers. Left guard is Elton Jenkins. And then left tackle is David Bakhtiari. Pretty solid. So, that being said, let's send to the playoffs and see how well we perform. We ended up going 9-7, and we're facing the 9-7 Cardinals. So we did make the playoffs again, but we weren't the number 1 seed. We finished in the 3rd seed, okay, in the NFC. Not too crazy. Our division wasn't too great. Our offense was 19th overall. Aaron Rodgers was 13th in passing TDs, 16th in yards. And our defense was not that great. We had 32 touchdowns, 16 picks. Blake Bortles got re-signed again. That's interesting. We didn't have an 1,000-yard rusher, but Aaron Jones probably did get injured. Devontae Adams had 1,200 yards, 8 TDs. Randall Cobb, 691 yards, 2 TDs. Robert Tonyan, 5 TDs. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, 5 TDs. And Rodgers got 8 TDs, so he had his fair share of receptions. So he's making his way onto the team nicely. Kenny Clark got 10 sacks. And then Chris Barnes and Jair both had 3 picks apiece. So now that we're there, we're going to... All right, so we're the 9-7 Packers facing 9-7 Cardinals. Let's see how well we perform against them. We took a W. It was a home game. Now we're facing the Buccaneers, a rematch from last year. We're facing them in the divisional. Hopefully, we can get the job done. We do end up beating them 21-14. Now we're in the conference championship again, which is where we have our worst luck. And we have 1 new injury to report. Chris Barnes tore his labrum, so he'll be back by offseason, so we're going to have some backups that go in place for him. Facing the 14-2 Cowboys at their stadium, and we ended up losing 31-21. So Aaron Rodgers' woes of being a conference championship god has hasn't helped us out. Has not helped us out whatsoever because we haven't been able to make it, which has kind of been a big thumbs down to his career. But with Randall Cobb back on the team now, they do make a better connection, and he did have 1,000 yards that previous season, so that's not too bad. But hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment down below what other videos you want to see me do on the channel. It's been a pleasure recording this, and without further ado, ladies and gents, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, you gotta be fiends to succeed. Peace.